The city of Cebu wakes up early. Long before the sun climbs over the sea, the streets begin to breathe. Jeepneys roar awake, vendors set up small wooden stalls, and the smell of fried rice and strong coffee drifts through narrow roads. In one of the poorest neighborhoods near the edge of the city, a teenage boy wakes up on a thin mattress placed directly on the concrete floor. The roof above him leaks when it rains, and the walls are patched with scrap wood and rusted tin. This is the only home he has ever known. His name is Miguel. He is 17 years old, born and raised in Cebu, Philippines, and life has never been easy for him. His father left when he was very young, chasing work overseas and never coming back. His mother works long hours cleaning houses and washing clothes for other families, earning just enough to keep food on the table. Miguel learned early that dreams are expensive, and survival comes first. Music entered his life by accident. There was no piano in the house, no guitar leaning against the wall. The only music Miguel heard came from an old radio his neighbor owned. At night, when the city quieted down, he would sit outside and listen to voices pouring out of that cracked speaker. American soul, British rock, old ballads, and songs that carried emotion even if he didn't fully understand the words. Something about those voices made his chest feel tight, like they were speaking directly to him. Miguel discovered his own voice one evening while helping his mother wash clothes. He was humming softly to himself, not realizing how loud he had become. His mother stopped scrubbing and stared at him. She asked him to sing again. Embarrassed, he shook his head, but she insisted. When he finally sang, the small room seemed to change. The sound filled the space in a way neither of them had ever experienced. His mother's eyes filled with tears, not because the voice was perfect, but because it was real, emotional, and powerful. From that day on, Miguel sang whenever he could. He sang while walking to school, while helping neighbors carry groceries, and while waiting for his mother outside the houses she cleaned. People began to notice. Some smiled, some stopped to listen, and some told him he should join competitions. But competitions cost money. Forms, transportation, clothes, all of it felt impossible. Miguel's life took a darker turn when his mother fell sick. She could no longer work the long hours she used to, and medical bills started piling up. Miguel dropped out of school to take odd jobs. He washed cars, carried boxes at the market, and sang on street corners for spare change. His voice became both his escape and his burden. Some days he earned enough to buy rice. Some days he earned nothing at all. One night, while scrolling through videos on a borrowed phone, Miguel saw a clip that would change everything. It was an audition from Britain's Got Talent. He watched as ordinary people stepped onto a massive stage and turned their lives around in minutes. He saw judges shocked, audiences standing, and golden buzzers pressed in moments of pure magic. Something inside him clicked. For the first time, he didn't just dream, he believed. The idea of traveling from Cebu to the United Kingdom felt ridiculous. Miguel had never even been on an airplane. But fate has a strange way of opening doors. A local charity group heard him singing at a small community event and recorded a video. That video spread quickly online, reaching people far beyond Cebu. Donations came in slowly, then faster. Enough for a passport. Enough for a plane ticket. Enough for hope. When Miguel landed in London, everything felt unreal. The cold air, the tall buildings, the language spoken around him. He clutched his worn backpack like it was a lifeline. Inside it was a single change of clothes and a photograph of his mother, who had cried silently as she hugged him goodbye. The day of the audition arrived. Backstage, Miguel stood among performers dressed in flashy outfits, some confident, some nervous. He wore a simple shirt, borrowed shoes slightly too big for his feet, and fear written all over his face. Producers asked him why he was there. He answered honestly. He said he was there because singing was the only thing he had. When his name was called, Miguel walked onto the stage, blinded by lights. The judges sat before him, including Simon Cowell, known for his brutal honesty. The audience murmured softly, unsure what to expect from this quiet boy with a heavy accent and trembling hands. Simon asked him where he was from. Miguel said Cebu, Philippines. Simon asked why he chose Britain's Got Talent. Miguel paused, then said he wanted to prove that even someone with nothing could have something special inside them. The room grew quiet. Then the music started. Miguel closed his eyes and sang the first note. Instantly, something shifted. His voice was raw, emotional, and filled with pain and hope at the same time. It wasn't polished, but it was honest. Each lyric felt like a confession. The audience stopped whispering. Judges leaned forward. The sound filled the theater, reaching corners untouched by noise. Halfway through the song, Miguel's voice cracked slightly, not from lack of skill, but from emotion. Instead of ruining the performance, it made it unforgettable. People in the audience wiped tears from their faces. One judge covered her mouth in disbelief. Simon, known for his stone-cold reactions, sat unusually still. As the final note faded, there was a moment of complete silence. Then the theater exploded. A standing ovation erupted like thunder. Miguel stood frozen, unsure if what he was hearing was real. His hands shook. His eyes searched the judges' faces. Simon spoke first. He said he had heard thousands of singers, but very few voices carried truth the way Miguel's did. Another judge said Miguel didn't just sing a song, he told his life story through his voice. The audience cheered again. Then something unexpected happened. One judge reached for the golden buzzer. Time seemed to slow. Miguel's breath caught in his throat. When the buzzer was pressed, golden confetti rained down from above. Miguel collapsed to his knees, overwhelmed. He cried openly, not caring who saw. This moment wasn't just about music. It was about survival, sacrifice, and belief. Back in Cebu, neighbors crowded around a small television to watch the replay. Miguel's mother watched from a hospital bed, tears streaming down her face as she saw her son standing under golden lights on the other side of the world. Miguel's journey didn't end with the golden buzzer. It was only the beginning. He returned to the stage again and again, each performance stronger than the last. Critics tried to label him. Some doubted he could maintain the magic. But Miguel kept singing with the same heart that once echoed through Cebu's streets. In the semi-finals, his voice carried new confidence. In the finals, it carried gratitude. Whether he won or not, Miguel had already achieved something greater. He had silenced the world, if only for a few minutes, and made them listen. Today, Miguel's life is different, but he hasn't forgotten where he came from. He still calls his mother every day. He still sings for people who feel invisible. His story reminds us that talent doesn't ask for permission, and dreams don't care where you are born. So the next time you hear a voice that moves you, remember this boy from Cebu who stood on a global stage and proved that even the quietest beginnings can lead to the loudest. Applause.